Hi, I'm Joy. Welcome to today's reading. If you are new here, welcome. And if you've been around for a while, for the past few weeks with my readings, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for listening to these readings. I hope that they are giving you the messages that you need to hear. Today, I feel like Spirit is leading me in blind. So like I'll get messages throughout the day. So my daughter picked this book this morning, The King's Wish by Benjamin Elkin. And I'm not feeling called to read it right now, but when I was cleaning up earlier, the Spirit was like, no, hold on to that book and put it on your desk for later. So, okay, here it is. So I'm assuming at some point during the reading, there's going to be a message coming out of that book or tying into that book, or maybe the title itself is going to trigger some aha moment, some clarification that you need. The King's Wish. Well, what does a king wish for? A king wishes for nothing because he has it all. But this king in this story is a very benevolent king. And it's been interesting, especially with what's going on in America. Now, I don't follow the news all the time, but people are very politically opinionated on our current president. And there have been demonstrations about no kings. And so, Spirit, what direction is this reading going in today? Please give us a message for the collective. I heard you need to shuffle a little bit more. Okay, sorry. What is the message for the collective? I call on the Holy Spirit and my angel guides and beings of light to guide me in this reading, to come through in this reading. Allow me to receive the message that needs to be passed on to the collective. What is the message that they need to hear, Spirit? What's going on with this king? And I'm just noticing on the board in front of me. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm not supposed to pull cards yet. Oh, gosh, okay. I love when I try to run the show and Spirit has other plans and it's like, what are you doing? You're not pulling cards yet. You're just supposed to channel. So I have this board here and it's not quite a vision board, and maybe I'll show you. So I have this board here, and if you see over here, there's a crown in the corner and it says activate, right? So this board does not hold the typical things that you would see on a vision board, right? It's not places that I want to go to or a specific house that I'm trying to manifest. This board is it's an energetic calibration board. Wow. I've never described it that way. I've never thought about it in that way, but that's literally what it is. So everything on this board evokes or triggers, right? People walk around allowing, sorry, terrible with the camera here. I'm getting better every day. People get triggered by others, right? Well, what if you had a board that when something that evoked a strong positive emotion or memory or like all our beliefs and everything that we have in life, they are linked through emotion. That is how they get embedded in our psyche, right? And all the things on this board, they might be tickets from events that I went to where, you know, I had a really great time, or I was really aligned, or I was really stepping into joy, or there might be something that is close to my heart that I want to give, to contribute to when I am financially able to do that. Or this picture, this is from Pee Wee Herman's, what's the name of that? Big Top Pee Wee. I've never even seen this movie, but I was in an antique shop one time, and I saw this photo, and what jumped out to me, because as a seer, right, and as a mystic, or as a spiritual person who's very tapped in and connected and an empath, Spirit speaks to me differently. So I'm always listening. And I saw this photo, and the sparkle in her eyes, right, is just this untamed, like, she's going for her dream, right? So it's like a sparkle, right? And so I keep this picture up here. I don't even know who this is, right? I've never seen the movie, but I see the sparkle in her eye, and that's a sparkle that, it's a reminder, a daily reminder for me to keep the sparkle in my eye. Keep my vision focused on what I want to achieve, right? Don't just live life just to show up and breathe every day. Like, live, right? Actively pursue your goals, pursue your dreams, pursue that spark that's inside me, right? Or inside you. Maybe this is the message. Oh my gosh, am I not even pulling tarot today, Spirit? Okay. Maybe I'm just meant to share with you about this energetic calibration board that I have here. You know, things that are close to my heart, right? So this reminds me to wake up and keep that spark alive every day, right? The crown here reminds me to activate my divine birthright to, you know, show up as the best version of myself, right? Which is like that regal essence, right? When all your chakras are aligned and you're connected and you're tapped into spirit, that's your crown, right? Your crown chakra. So I have this, and I just drew it on a Post-it and I said activate. And it's just a simple reminder when I wake up, like, okay, I'm going to carry myself in this way. I know where I'm going in life. I don't necessarily know how I'm going to get there, but I have all these reminders, you know, things that times I felt alive. Like I have a ticket from a ballet, from New York City Ballet that I went to, where I treated myself on my own, just went to the city because I had never been taken to a ballet before. Well, I'm going to romance myself. And I took myself to the front row, and I sat there and I had the time of my life just by myself, just watching a ballet at the front row. And I was late, and I apologized to all the ballerinas and the dancers there. I hope I didn't disrupt anyone, so I do apologize for being late. That's something I'm still working on. So this board here, there's something about, right, the king's wish. And then I was just drawn to this crown here. And the king has this is the king of Tam, right? So he has a little belt with the letter T on it. So T might be significant for you. This is the tea. I heard this is the tea. Spill the tea. Okay, well, welcome into a little part of my life. This is how, you know, I wake up and stay aligned every day and feel inspired. Like, instead of just having a vision board of something that I want or constant reminders of what I don't yet have, everything on here links to a piece of my heart or my essence or my sparkle or a key component of my personality, right? So very playful, very optimistic, very close with family. Like, this is, you know, from my grandmother's memorial when she passed. Here I have, in Honduras, rice and beans means survival, right? That's something that I want to help feed people. Like, no matter what I'm going through in life, I'm not at that stage, right? So I can be grateful. So I have this up here to remind me to be grateful, you know? And then I spent some money on some groceries and the receipt was all the same number, right? I'm not going to tell you how much it was. It's a lot. But I'm blessed, right? And that was almost a wake-up call and a reminder, like, wow, look how blessed you are. You have the option to go to the grocery store. You're not, you know, surviving off of rice and beans. So this might be a call to action for whoever is receiving this message, for you to create some type of board like this where it's based off of emotions, memories, things that trigger key things in your personality that benefit you, that elevate you, that keep you on track, right? And that's what everything on this board does for me in its own way. Whether that's something that I am aspiring to do in my future, like to be able to help those that don't have food, or to keep my spark alive, or to let my inner child play a little bit. You know, this is stuff like I'll get in the mail. You know what I mean? Like, this is a Chase Disney promo card. It's not real, but you find these things, and that reminds me to allow my inner child to play, right? And to remind myself to have fun with my kids, you know. And then I've got my fierce tigress over here. So, you know, as a mom, I need that soft, playful side. I need the beauty of life here. I've got from Nickelodeon Universe, you know, when I went with my daughter. Just these things that help you feel alive and remember why you're here, and remember what an impact you can have, and an impact you have had. So, I don't know, I guess the message is, sorry about that. That was weird. I just had a total shift in energy, and I think I'm not supposed to talk more about the book. I'm feeling called to pull tarot. What? Wow, before I even asked the question. Okay, so what I was about to say was, what is the connection between the King's Wish and me explaining this energy board? And what just popped out was the 5 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups. That was in reverse. Do you want me to keep this in reverse? I just heard yes. Okay. So what's the connection between the King's Wish and this energy board that I was just talking about? Well, the 5 of Pentacles, this 5 of Pentacles, this tree is like barren. Now, if you're new here, I am not a traditional tarot reader, so I will just channel messages from Spirit and interpret the cards and things I feel called to share, or visually on the cards, what I notice and what sticks out to me and how it's connecting to the message that Spirit has for you. This 5 of Pentacles feels like barren is the first word that's coming to mind. It feels barren. It feels death. Death. Whoa. It feels dead, like the tree is dying. Now, death is not just in the literal sense of mortality. And here's a train coming, so pay attention, right? Anytime you hear like sirens or loud noises like that, pay attention. Pentacles is material things, right? And typically the tree is full of life, right? Very life-giving. These pentacles are green, like they're leaves. But if you see, the 2 leaves in the image are falling. And what seems like it should be a very fruitful tree is actually quite barren underneath it. Like, if you notice that these 5 pentacles are superimposed on top of the tree, like as if they're supposed to look like it's the fruit of the tree, but it's not. It's fake. It's just sitting on top. This is such a strange message. I don't know if this is anywhere near what the normal interpretation of the 5 of Pentacles is. I'm going to check in a minute, but I'm just going to continue to channel what I'm hearing and feeling about this. what you think is a solid 5 of Pentacles, like, all right, it's half a 10. It's not like, you know, supreme wealth, but it's taking care of the basics and it's, you know, sufficient. Like, yeah, I got 5 Pentacles, but really it's not a fruitful tree. They're just kind of there, almost like they're faking it. And one of these pentacles is not even attached. The rest of them are supposed to they look like they're on the branches. This one's falling. So it's going from 5 to 4 real quick. And this 3 of Cups that would normally be, I want to say this is communion with others. This is like camaraderie and friendship. But these are in the reverse. And 2 of these flowers have opened, the purple and the blue, but this 3rd flower has not opened yet. What does this have to do with the King's Wish and this energy board? This is a very strange message. This is not like any message I've ever gotten before. Can we get clarification on the king? Who is this king? Maybe that's where we start. Wow, why did I just put that one down like that? I didn't mean to do that. I meant to shuffle. Okay. Who is this king? Stop it. Oh my gosh. I said, who is this king? He's the King of Cups. And here you have 3 cups, but in the reverse. Let's read that in the book. Sometimes I will use the book to reference. Feel free to share your interpretations in the comments. I always welcome learning and other perspectives. So 3 of Cups typically is celebration. It's gratitude, reward, celebration, overindulgence. The 3 of Cups is joy, 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 but it's in the reverse. Just like this 5 of Pentacles looks like it's a flowering tree, but it's not. It's barren. It's not good. Okay. And this King of Cups has 3 swans surrounding him. Is this a bad king? Sure feels like it. Does he feel threatened by you? The crown that you wake up and put on every day? The crown that and it says activate. Does this King of Cups feel threatened by your authenticity? I just heard yes. So the king in this book is good. He's benevolent. But here we are, and when I said who is, okay. Is he not benevolent? I've got the 7 of Pentacles, and I've got this beautiful deer, this buck with the antlers that has the 2 flowers. 2 flowers on it, 2 flowers here that are open. There's something about that third cup. That flower isn't open. Oh my gosh, is he messing with you? Look, he's holding a cup. Maybe that's that 3rd cup. And this flower is white and he's surrounded by white swans. This is a weird message. Like he wants to keep you from blossoming, keep you from activating. Keep this flower from opening. He doesn't want you to drink from that cup. Because what happens if you drink from that cup? The Seven of Pentacles. 7, lucky number, 777. That's been coming through a lot. Why? Why is he trying to stop you from activating? Page of Wands. Is this you? Yeah, this is you. You're the Page of Wands. And if you get activated, you start bringing in pentacles. Look, he's got a flowering wand there. Oh, Page is a young energy. And he's about to go on this journey there in that image. And he's a lion. He's the lion. He's fierce. And this King of Cups is a dove. And I don't know, if the lion comes up against the dove, the lion's gonna win. And he knows it. Maybe he's trying to turn you into a swan to swim around at his feet. What a weird message. I'm sorry. I'm not calling you weird. I'm not calling you weird either, Spirit. I'm just trying to fix. Why does this King of Cups... Okay. What is he threatened by? Wow, I just heard your ability to shift, and I'm looking at all these different things. There's something about your ability to shift, to travel down many roads. That's what I just heard. And I'm seeing the journey there in front of that page. And here's another 7, the 7 of Wands. And thank you to my subscriber who educated me about the Hamsa hand. I wasn't sure what it was called. Is that Hamsa or Hamsa hand? With the protection from evil eye there. The protection from him. You are protected with these wands, and your flower is full bloom. You're protected. He can't touch you. Why is he so threatened though? Okay, of your ability to shift. Okay, so what should the collective watch out for then? What? The tower? Yeah, of course, look out for the tower. He's going to try to cause a tower. And the 3 of Wands. This ship is sailing, I'm just noticing. So he's surrounded by water, right? He's got these swans, these beautiful swans that in their own right, you know, he's not a swan. He's a dove, okay, which is, yes, symbol of the divine. But as we know, not all that glitters is gold, right? Not that everything appears to be a bountiful abundance is necessarily true. So this is Spirit warning you, hey, he looks like a king, right? He's dressed like the king. He's offering the cups, but secretly, he's never planning to allow that flower to bloom. He's like, here, come drink from this cup. But what happens when you drink from that cup, this is in the reverse. So the 3 of Cups, as we just read, is joy. It's complete joy. Well, and when you're joyful, you bloom, right? Your natural gifts, your abilities, you just blossom effortlessly, it feels like. And he doesn't want that for you because he knows that you're powerful. You're the lion. You're the lion. And what happens? And you're the page. So you have a young energy. He's like, I can't have this. If this lion actually blossoms Where is it? Holding too many cards here. If you actually drink from the cup that you're meant to drink from, and your flower, okay, don't get your mind out of the gutter, okay? But if you're able to come to fruition in all your skills and all your potential and all your abilities, and you're able to be the best version of yourself, you are a threat. You literally eat him up, eat him alive. He's a little dove, you're a lion. So he's dressing like the king, right? But Spirit is warning you, those pentacles are falling. He's not, I just heard traction is slipping. His traction is slipping. His grip on his pentacles, the tree is actually rotting from the inside. And today we went on a walk to the park. My girls brought their roller skates, and we went past this tree, and it just stuck out to me. And I turned and I said, wow, that tree is rotting. It's ready to fall. It was all eaten from the inside, but you couldn't see that from the other side of the tree, only because we walked past on the one side of the tree. Then you realize, oh, this whole back of the tree is rotten and it's literally about to fall over. And this Three of Wands, when I asked, you know, what's stopping, what's his plan to stop you? The Tower, he wants to cause a tower in your life. And this ship here, right? So you're going on a journey, right? As the Page of Wands. You're going to go on a journey, and you're going to build an empire and get your 7 pentacles, right? We got 7, 7. So here's this boat, right? On the water, and he's trying to block you. So there's 3 wands here, and it almost feels like the wands are jumping out to, like, I almost feel like I'm blocked from looking at this card. Like, it feels very in my face. Like the boat that's trying to sail past is like, this is a strong blockade. He's trying to put a strong blockade. Blockade of what? I heard your ability to see your potential, to see your own potential. If you see your own potential and you take the action, you bloom. You are that 3rd flower there. And the cup that he's giving you is not going to bloom. You have to see your own potential, and that's where you bloom from. You don't need his cup. You don't need his cup. And notice that this is, on this 7 of Wands, is a purple iris. And here we've got this beautiful stag with 2 purple flowers on it. Purple. Crown chakra. Okay? Crown chakra. 7 pentacles. Because you're lucky. And he hates that. He doesn't want you to activate your crown chakra. He doesn't want you to activate it because you are so lucky, and he hates that. You're lucky, you're powerful, you're unstoppable. He does not, you can't bloom. He's going to try everything to stop you from blooming. Oh my gosh, I'm getting chills. I just got the Hermit. Oh, this is okay. I know typically the Hermit is just something. Hold on. I'm getting so many chills I can't even talk right now. This guy, this King of Cups, is into they've tried some things. They have tried praying to the other side. Like, the energy on this card is very, like he's got angel wings there. but I'm feeling like a darkness. And oh my gosh, root. He's been red, the root chakra. That's what he's been focused on. Look, his head is surrounded by an orb of red. He's focusing on attacking your root, because when you rip something out at the roots, when you rip that flower out at the roots, it can't grow. And he's been doing this in silence. No, people don't know that this person is that like jealous of you, or that they're into like dark stuff, or that they're willing to stoop. Wow. And this whole card is red behind the 3 cups. It was in the reverse. He's trying to go after your root chakra, which is security, safety, base human needs. Because if you don't feel safe, then you're going to topple. And he wants you to topple like he is, because his pentacles are falling, because the tree is rotten, because he's rotten, because he's doing weird stuff like that. You can't, man, listen, karma, the divine doesn't play. I'm speaking from experience. Oh my gosh. And the Queen of Cups just came out in red. That's you. The Page of Wands is the energy, but the Queen of Cups is you. You don't need the cup that he's offering. It's already in you. It's coming from you. Even the Hamsa hand is red. So if you stick to nourishing your own potential, activating your crown, connecting to your intuition, connecting to source, connecting to the things like I showed you in this energy board that fuel you with passion for life, that allow your inner child to play, that trigger a sense of fulfillment, that trigger a sense of gratitude for what you have that others might not have, or for things that you've gotten to do in this life, things that you're going to do. I have written up here, this is just the beginning. So when you remain grounded, when you allow your root chakra to remain grounded in knowing that your potential, you don't need to drink anyone else's cup. Look how she has a massive cup. And it's right there at the root chakra. It's right there at the base. She has everything she needs to grow for this flower to blossom. And she knows it. Look at her. Completely at peace. He didn't want you to know that. He wanted you to think that you needed that cup from him, but it was a trick the whole time. There might be 2 other people involved. I'm just noticing the three of cups and the 3 swans here. So is there 2 other people that are close to you or involved in this situation, and all 3 of you have been being attacked? There's something about the 3s. 3 and 3. There's 2 other people aside from you. So if you know who they are, encourage them, reach out to them. Listen, I know of too many people trigger warning that might still be here if someone had just reached out to them when they felt intuitively nudged to. And I'm speaking from personal experience. So if there are two other people that you feel nudged to reach out to, do it. Because they might be under spiritual attack as well from this, oh man, 9 of Wands, from that King of Cups. They might be under attack. What? My right eye just got so itchy. He doesn't want you to see. He doesn't want me to see what? This 9 of Wands with the lion, fierceness. The page is now, what is this? Going on a journey and building a fortress. Literally the lion is like actively building. He's got one paw on one of the wands. And all of these, they're like, he's planting fruitful trees of his own. So the page goes on the journey, right? You're the Queen of Cups. You realize that you have everything you need within you, right? Your own potential. And you rest securely in that energy, right? And go on the journey. You don't need to rely on someone else to give you a cup. You have what you need, okay? You go on the journey and then you plant your own wands and they're fruitful. They're not a dead, rotting tree. They're flowering. And this little page, cute little page, look, he's grown a mane. He's like, all right. He got rid of the frills and just got down to business. I'm not, please, by all means, keep your clothes on. I am not encouraging anyone to just strip down. That is not what I'm saying here. I'm saying maybe take off the things that you don't need, the fancy distractions, right? And just, it's not, the journey isn't the picture. You got to actually get your hands dirty, right? So you got to get in there and do the work. It's okay. I'm there with you. I'm doing it. Wow. Okay. Okay. So advice for dealing with this King of Cups. I feel like they got the message, Spirit. Oh, what just happened? Knight of Cups. Your advice is the Knight of Cups. So many. He's riding a white horse. And he's got some white wings behind him. And he's got an olive branch. Literally. That's what I was gonna say. I'm looking at the white horse and all I can think of is like someone when they're ready to surrender, right? Or not surrender, but neutral. They want to approach each other on neutral ground, right? You wave the white flag in battle. I don't know, in the movies, right? And that's what's sticking out to me is like, when you are grounded in who you are and in your own potential and your own trajectory, and you know the things that light you up inside, you know where you're going in life, no matter what tower someone's trying to throw at you, and no matter what kind of blocks they're trying to throw at you, they cannot shake you if you are secure already. So you, rather than getting triggered and angry and upset, well, that's a reaction to someone feeling threatened by another, right? So if you're not threatened, you don't need to react that way. So the advice is keep it neutral. Keep it neutral, because whatever they're trying to do isn't working anyways. It's not working. You're heading straight for this 7 of Pentacles. you're staying grounded and you're blossoming. So whatever they're doing isn't going to work. So he's got this olive branch, like, hey, keeping it neutral, not reacting in anger, not saying screw you, you know, not wishing evil back upon them. Like, that's, you rise above, right? You rise above. And at the bottom of this hand is the lotus, right? What does the lotus do? It rises up from above the murky waters, you know? So don't get your beautiful white wings and your white horse dirty by lowering your actions or reactions to the level of someone that's doing shady stuff in the background and not of your caliber, okay? Like, he is a pigeon. He's not a lion. And his tree is dying. It's not flowering strong. So don't be threatened, okay? Because it's not going to work. And the only way it can work is if you allow the fear to then cause you to make rash decisions or react in anger, lash out, do something rash or that you would regret or you can't undo, I'm hearing, or take back. So just keep it neutral and rise above and extend the olive branch. I'm not saying you have to go suck up to them and be buddies. Obviously, if they're trying to screw you over, you can keep your distance, but keep the horse clean. Keep your wings nice and sparkly white, you know? So there's something soft, right? This soft energy. These feathered wings here, they look so soft, you know? You can keep the energy soft. You don't have to brace for impact because you know you're supported and you're grounded in who you are. And your Seven of Pentacles are coming. There you go. That's the message for today. If you were able to stay with it for the whole thing, please tell me in the comments. Why'd you put a pair of wings? Put a pair of white wings at the end of this reading if you were able to stay till the end. I'd love to hear how this applies to your life. What do you think about the energy calibration board? And is that something that you're going to implement into your life? If you want more coaching tips and stuff on how I prep my mindset or alchemize my energy throughout the day, you can reach me at themommymindsetcoach.com. You can check out everything that I have to offer over there. One-to-one coaching specifically for moms, but I don't just work with moms. So don't let that be a barrier to stop you. If you do feel called to work with me further, you can find all my services there, okay? If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. Come hang out with me where we have mystical, magical fun every day. And hopefully I bring a smile to your face or some clarity to your life. And that's all for today. Share with someone that you think this would resonate with. And I will see you guys all tomorrow or the next day, if tomorrow's going to be a little busy. But we'll see. I'll try and get on here tomorrow. Peace out, world.